Somebody just accidentally showed the entire world a brand new DJI drone. This was not a planned release. There was no official press release. DJI did not post a flashy teaser on social media. They did not host a carefully staged keynote event in front of thousands of tech journalists. Instead, a lone tester went out to a public park. He started flying an unidentified prototype right in the open. Someone caught the flight on camera. Within minutes, the footage went online. Within hours, the entire drone community lost its collective mind. People began sharing the clips everywhere. Forums started buzzing with crazy theories. Comment sections quickly filled up with wild guesses. But if you look closely at what most tech outlets are reporting, you will realize something interesting. Most of the coverage is focusing on all the wrong things. People on Reddit are wasting time arguing about potential names. YouTube creators are making clickbait thumbnails about impossible features. But buried deep inside that leaked footage are tiny details that almost everyone missed. These small details tell the real story. By looking at the hardware, the ground setup, and the specific design choices, we can figure out what this machine actually is. We can understand why this leak matters so much more than people think. Most importantly, we can see what DJI is planning behind closed doors. Before jumping to conclusions, we have to address a very important question. Is this leak actually real? In the drone community, fake leaks happen all the time. Hobbyists love to build custom frames. Skilled modders frequently mix parts from different drones just to trick viewers. They post short, blurry videos online, gather thousands of views, and then disappear. However, this situation is completely different. The person flying this prototype in the park is Igor Bogdanov. Anyone who follows drone news knows that name very well. Igor is a highly respected figure in the European drone testing and review space. He has a long history of getting early access to real hardware before it reaches the market. His track record gives this footage immediate credibility. Furthermore, look at the way the test was being conducted on the ground. This was not a casual Sunday flight. The person operating the drone was not just having fun with a new toy. On the grass, there was an active laptop running dedicated diagnostic software. Beside the laptop sat a heavy-duty portable power station. Next to the power station, multiple drone batteries were being actively cycled and charged between flights. This specific setup is classic field testing behavior. It is a textbook example of professional data collection. Engineers use this exact setup to monitor thermals, measure power draw, test flight stability, and log system errors in real time. Everything about this scene points to one solid conclusion. This drone is a genuine unannounced DJI product undergoing active development. Now, let us examine the physical machine itself. When you look closely at the shape of the drone, the guard design stands out immediately. Drones built for fast, acrobatic FPV flying use deep, solid duct guards. Those thick ducts are designed to direct downward thrust and withstand heavy crashes at high speeds. That is the exact design philosophy behind the DJI Avata series. This prototype has something totally different. The propeller guards on this new model are wide and remarkably thin. They feature an open grille layout that is completely symmetrical. More importantly, these guards are clearly designed to be palm-safe. You can look at them and instantly tell that they are made for safe hand launches and landings. This single design choice changes everything. It proves that this drone does not belong to the high-speed Avata family. Instead, it places the prototype firmly inside the ultra-compact Neo lineup. The next detail to analyze is the overall size of the frame. Viewers with a sharp eye quickly noticed that this drone looks slightly bigger than the first-generation model. When you compare its silhouette to other popular compact drones, like the Hover Air X1, the size shift becomes obvious. The body is wider, and the frame has a slightly meatier footprint. Making a drone slightly larger is a very smart strategic move for DJI. A larger body allows engineers to fit better cooling systems inside. It gives them extra room for a bigger camera sensor. It also provides space for a larger battery cell. However, DJI knows they must keep the final weight under 250 grams. Staying under that magic weight limit is critical for legal reasons all across the globe. By keeping it light, users do not have to register the drone in most countries. A slightly bigger frame that stays under 250 grams is the sweet spot for portable design. Looking down at the ground setup reveals another critical clue about the power system. The charging hub sitting on the grass did not look like an entirely new creation. In fact, it appeared to house existing battery shapes rather than a completely redesigned power cell. This observation leads to two distinct possibilities. The first possibility is backward compatibility. DJI might be designing this new model to work with batteries that current users already own. If true, that would be a huge victory for budget-conscious creators. The second possibility is simply early-stage testing limitations. During early flight tests, engineers often use older battery shells loaded with prototype internal chemistry just to gather data. Either way, this detail shows us that DJI is carefully managing power delivery for this upcoming release. Finally, we must talk about the controller spotted during the field test. Observers noticed something very unusual on the ground. The pilot appeared to be using a third-party Radiomaster pocket controller instead of a standard DJI remote. This detail caught many people off guard. Why would a test pilot use a non-DJI controller during a secret test? There are two major reasons for this. First, DJI could be testing open protocol radio compatibility. They know that many advanced pilots prefer compact, third-party remotes with custom control sticks. Second, they might simply be testing receiver chipsets under different radio frequencies. Testing with third-party hardware ensures that the internal flight controller can handle custom signals without glitching. When you put all these puzzle pieces together, you can run a simple process of elimination. Is this the DJI Avata 3? Absolutely not. The Avata 360 was recently released, and its heavy design language is completely different from this lightweight prototype. Is this a brand new product line? That is unlikely. DJI loves launching new categories, but this design shares too much DNA with existing pocket drones to be a totally new brand. That leaves us with the most logical answer. The machine spotted in that park is the DJI Neo 3. Every single piece of evidence supports this conclusion. The palm-safe guard structure, the lightweight sub-250-gram silhouette, the testing timeline, and the ground equipment all align perfectly. You are looking at the early field testing of DJI's next flagship pocket drone.